Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition, where we return to the Tomb of Mythal, where sits the Well of Sorrow, an object of importance that is being defended by an ancient race of elves that somehow knows English, despite the fact that they never emerge from their territory, and they always are asleep in between invasions of their territory. Regardless of that, Morrigan has decided to push on by herself. She seeks to drink from the well, though I feel as though she is not going to. The way that the well was described is it will give you what you wish at a price, and I feel as though the price for her is going to be the death of her son, and I believe that she is not going to pay it because, regardless of her intent, she has become more of a human being than Flemeth, her mother. Like Flemeth, the Witch of the Wilds, who has essentially... Has she given birth to children, or has she just kidnapped children? I'll have to actually look that up. Either way, she has acquired numerous witches of the wilds, raised them, and then stole their lives in order to remain alive herself, in order to regain her own power. And I feel as though Morrigan is like her moves that she's been making have largely been for her to gain power herself, but at the same time, she has also been progressing as a human being, which is going to essentially get in the way of her quest for power, so to speak. That said, let us carry on to the Well of Sorrows, because we still don't know what...
The Well of Sorrows.
So Mythal endures.
What Corypheus wants from it. How he expects to use it.
Fight on! An army of these bastards won't stop us! How will you get to the well, General? Tell me you...
You tough bastards. A day's march, hours of fighting, and still fierce as dragons. The Chantry never knew what it was throwing away.
Samson, sir, watch out!
Inquisitor. You and those elf things don't know when to stop. You've hunted us half across Thedas. I should have guessed you'd follow us into this hole.
I spoke with your Tranquil, Maddox. He sacrificed himself for your cause.
I told him not to. He died as one of us then. One of the faithful. Corypheus chose me twice. First as his general, now as the vessel for the Well of Sorrows. You know what's inside the well? Wisdom. The kind of wisdom...
So he essentially wants Samson to pay the price, more than anything else.
Corypheus, that he can walk into the Fade without your precious anchor.
What's your part in it? What's a vessel?
What else empties a well? I'll carry its power to Corypheus. One more task entrusted to me. Being force-fed Chantry lyrium was good for something. This armor makes me a living fortress, mind and body. I won't forget a word of the well's knowledge. Corypheus will be unstoppable.
Once Corypheus is that powerful, you and your soldiers will just slow him down.
You dare say that to my face, after you butchered my men? You're no match for Corypheus. Even if you drink from the well, you'll never master its wisdom as he could. This is the strength the Chantry tried to bind. But it's a new world now, with a new god. So, Inquisitor, how will this go?
Power's all well and good, until it's taken away.
What did you do? What did you do? My armor... It's gone. The lyrium! I need it! Kill them all!
Let's see, should I go after him last? Will it even matter? Because everybody's level 19. Oh, nope, he's level 27. Yep, you can unstun yourself. Thank you. Okay. Let us... Oh, you already did that. I did not realize that the AI put the mark of the assassin on Samson while I was not controlling the character. Alright, well, at the very least we can unload with everything else we've got. Actually, you know what? No, we won't do that. Not just yet. Oh, but what we can do... We can't throw any bees? Oh, because I'm stunned.
Think you win? Come on then.
Yes, I do think I'm gonna win.
Mercy to save you now.
I'm just going to throw all of the bees. See if... Hit you with that, hit you with that, hit you with that, and then there we go.
Those were my men.
And now they're dead. And you sacrificed them for nothing.
Well, you wretch. You can't take it from Corypheus. You must.
What do you get out of it?
He's still breathing. We can take him back to Skyhold for judgment.
Or we can just kill him now.
You heard his parting words, Inquisitor. The elf seeks to destroy the Well of Sorrows.
So the sanctum is despoiled at last.
You would have destroyed the well yourself, given the chance.
To keep it from your grasping fingers. Better it be lost than bestowed upon the undeserving.
And then how do you determine who is deserving?
You'd let your people's legacy rot in the shadows.
Let's see, back off Morrigan. We need that well. We stopped Samson.
Corypheus needed Samson to use the well. Without him, there's no vessel to claim it.
The moment we leave, he will send more forces to secure this place. The well clearly offers power, Inquisitor. If that power can be turned against Corypheus, can you afford not to use it?
Do you even know what you ask? As each servant of Mythal reached the end of their years, they would pass their knowledge on through this. All that we were, all that we knew, it would be lost forever.
It's better that knowledge remain in the well, never passed on. You'd rather destroy it.
There are other places, friend, other duties. Your people yet linger.
Elven such as you?
Yes, such as I.
You have shown respect to Mythal, and there is a righteousness in you I cannot deny. Is that your desire? To partake of the Vira Belasan as best you can? To fight your enemy?
Gifts like this don't come freely.
No boon of Mythal was ever granted without cost. The Vera Belisan may be too much for a mortal to comprehend. Brave it if you must. But know you this. You shall be bound forever to the will of Mythal.
What does
Bound
that
to a goddess
mean?
who no longer exists, if she ever did.
Bound as we are bound. The choice is yours.
Hold on.
Is it possible this Mythal might still exist?
Anything is possible.
Elven legend states that Mythal was tricked by Fen-Harel and banished to the Beyond.
Elven legend is wrong. The Dread Wolf had nothing to do with her murder.
Murder? I said nothing of...
She was slain, if a god truly can be. Betrayed by those who destroyed this temple. Yet the Vera Belisan remains. As do we. That is something.
Where will you go?
Are you leaving the temple?
Our duty ends. Why remain?
There is a place for you, Lethaline, if you seek it.
Perhaps there are places the Shamlin have not touched. It may be that only Uthenra awaits us. The blissful sleep of eternity never to awaken, if fate is kind.
Thank you for this gift, Abelas.
Do not thank me yet, Shamlin.
Malas Amalin Nahalam Abalas. His name, Abalas, means sorrow. I said, I hoped he finds a new name.
You
And
wrote
there's
the
also,
intact
yep.
Alluvian? I was correct on
Yep.
that count, at least.
Is it still a threat? Can Corypheus use it to travel the Fade?
You recall when I took you through my Alluvian, I said each required a key? The well is the key. Take its power, and Mythal's last Alluvian will be no more use to Corypheus than glass. I did not expect the well to feel so... hungry.
That is not good. That does not seem like a normal thing for wells.
Seems like that should be a concern.
Knowledge begets a hunger for more. I am willing to pay the price the well demands. I am also the best suited to use its knowledge in your service.
Or more likely to your own ends.
What would you know of my ends, elf?
You are a glutton drooling at the sight of a feast. You cannot be trusted.
Of those present, I alone have the training to make use of this. Let me drink, Inquisitor.
1 second. Alright, let's ask her some questions first.
You alone. This is my heritage.
I have studied the oldest lore. I have delved into mysteries of which you could only dream. Can you honestly tell me there is anyone better suited?
Solus? Myself?
What about you, Solus?
No. Do not ask me again.
I would be.
You lead the Inquisition. This is not a risk you can take. I have the best chance of making use of the well for everyone. Let me drink.
You're not concerned about the price. Bound forever to the will of Mythal.
Bound to the will of a dead god? It seems an empty warning. Perhaps a compulsion yet remains. Who can say otherwise? I do not fear it, even so.
Are you sure you want this, Morrigan? We don't know what will happen.
We do not, and yet it must be done. I am ready.
It's yours.
I did some looking up as to what this actually does beforehand. And narratively speaking, I feel like it makes the most sense for Morrigan to drink from the well. Whereas, for the whole plot. Look, we sent you in to drink from the well, not take a bath. Guess that's what happened then. Now everybody's drinking from the well. Water got everywhere.
Morrigan! Are you alright?
Elasin Salah. Visan Allah.
Ma'am, you're speaking in an alternate language.
I am intact. There is much to sift through. But now we can...
Oh, there's Corypheus. Right on time. Hello. Seems like you're a little late.
Through the mirror!
Ma'am? Who is the water spirit that has joined us? And alas, Corypheus has been stopped yet again. Though I feel like a lot of BioWare games suffer from having villains that just kind of disappear for like the whole game. Like, the Archdemon makes sense for being a villain that doesn't necessarily... that's not always there in Dragon Age Origins. Dragon Age 2 does a much better job of having its villains front and center for a lot of the game. But, like, Mass Effect 1 is, like, a great example of, like, having a villain that just kind of disappears for, like, the whole game.
It is done.
Like, Saren is an excellent villain. But, like, he shows up at the beginning, shows up towards the end, and that's it.
Inquisitor. When you went through that mirror, Corypheus and his archdemon fled the field. I'm not sure why.
What he wanted was no longer within the temple.
Perhaps. He spent so long trying to get into the temple, he probably couldn't have helped his forces by that point.
Then Corypheus is finished.
If he is wise, he will hide and rebuild his strength before he attacks again.
I imagine he's going to be coming... yeah, then he's coming here.
Meaning he will attack us directly at Skyhold.
Not necessarily. But neither will he remain idle.
And how could you have such insight into his plans?
The Well of Sorrows held many voices, and they speak to me now from across the ages. They hold wisdom, secrets I never dreamed possible. But even they fear what Corypheus has become.
Should we fear him more than his army?
Possibly. Luckily for you, he has a weakness.
Is it arrows
The
that
dragon
will...
he calls is not truly an archdemon. It is a dragon in which Corypheus has infested part of his being. He doubtless did so out of pride to emulate the gods of old. That pride can be exploited.
Is that why he's still
Kill the
alive?
dragon, and his ability to leap into other bodies is disrupted. He can be slain.
You're sure? If there are no bodies for him to jump to?
You assume there is a limit to the range of his power. There is not.
Then what do you propose? Killing the dragon is no simple task, if it could even be found.
There is a way to defeat the dragon, to match Corypheus in his power. The well whispers it to me now. Your help will be required, Inquisitor. Speak to me when you are ready, and we shall begin.
I'll see to Skyhold's defenses in the meantime.
Alright, well, let's take a look and see if there are any other operations that I've unlocked. Get that started. I hope we're done with operations, because I don't have anything to do in my spare time here. I think... There we go. Alright, we have one. When Corypheus rushed from the temple for Mythal, he left his general for dead. My soldiers and I captured Samson with ease, given that he was still unconscious from your
All
fight.
premature until we deal with Corypheus.
While it will take the army some time to return from the wilds, we can expedite Samson's return in order to put him on trial. If you've no objections, I would be present for his judgment, Commander Cullen.
To work?
Alright, so we only have 13 more minutes to worry about Samson's arrival. Only just the one operation, which is convenient. Let us save our game, as is our way. And go talk to Morrigan. Actually, let's talk to Josephine really quick just to see if...
This moment that will be spoken of for ages. The day the Herald of Andraste challenged the Darkspawn that thought itself a god. Defeat him, and you'll be more than a holy woman to the people. You'll enter legend.
If it's true, may the Maker judge me worthy of the honor.
And there is the modesty people respect. People joined the Inquisition after hearing you were blessed, but they've stayed because of how you lead. I wanted to tell you that I shared their sentiments, Inquisitor, and... well, I suppose I just did.
You've always been there for us, Josephine. And for me.
It means much to hear you say that. Farewell, my lady. When you face Corypheus, may you walk in the light. A pleasure.
What do the people make of us?
There's scarcely a noble house that hasn't openly pledged its support to us.
Let's speak later.
Goodbye.
All right, let's go run around, talk to everybody then, because we can. Actually, how's our inventory looking as well? 20 out of 90, we're good. Let's go talk to Varric. He would be next. Varric's having a conversation with Three Eyes.
So, I'm still trying to wrap my mind around this. We went to an elven rune, so a witch could consume a pool of magical goo and then walk through a mirror.
Yes.
We wound up back here.
Yes.
Have I mentioned that the shit that happens to you is crazy? I don't want to think about this anymore. You want to discuss something normal?
Carry on.
All right, it seems like everybody just kind of has like one more brief message to add, so... Oh, never mind.
Mythal was extraordinary. In all my journeys, I never dreamed of finding anything like it. What will you do with the power of the well once Corypheus is dead?
I'm not arrogant enough to think it's my decision alone. Whatever happens, we'll do it together.
You think to share your power, to avoid the temptation to misuse it. A noble sentiment, but ultimately a mistake.
Why?
Because while one selfless woman may walk away from the lure of power's corruption, no group has ever done so.
I trust my friends.
I know that mistake well enough to carve the angles of her face from memory.
Why is this so important to you?
You have not been what I expected, Inquisitor. You have impressed me. You must not let false modesty allow you to pass your power to someone else. There are few regrets sharper than watching fools squander what you sacrifice to achieve. Forgive my melancholy. Corypheus has cost us much. The Temple of Mythal did not deserve such a fate. The orb he carries, and its stolen power. That, at least, we may still recover. With luck, some of the past may yet survive.
Thank you, Solus. We couldn't have done this without you.
You are welcome.
You may now continue pondering Corypheus's orb from where you stand. Dorian? Any thoughts?
What happened at the Elven Temple? It's got me thinking. I should go back, shouldn't I? To Tevinter. Once this is done. If we're still alive. All my talk of how terribly wrong things are back home. But what do I do about it? Nothing.
You're not doing nothing, Dorian. You came here. You're fighting with us.
Thank you for saying that. I want to do more than stop Corypheus, however. I want to save my home. It might surprise you to know that you're the one who inspired me. You're shaping the world, for good or ill. How could I aspire to do any less? If it means proving that Tevinter can be better, that there's hope even for my homeland, I would do anything. I heard a little rumor about you.
Oh, really?
That's so.
Indeed. Someone's been doing some training. As an assassin, no less.
I'm not an actual assassin.
I'm not taking coin to kill people, if that's what you're suggesting.
I don't see why not. Is that worse than coin from looting the people you kill?
Touche.
They're enemies.
You have a lot of enemies. No need to split hairs. At any rate, if you ever intend to make it an actual profession, do tell me. The Antivan Crows have nothing on the Imperium. I know people. Keep it in mind.
I should go.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind, yep. Do I have research materials to drop off?
Here is the request, Harriet May.
I have nothing. Alright, let's go talk to Vivian. I'm sure she has some opinions.
My dear, I know you must have a great deal on your mind right now, but I need to speak with you. You know as well as I how far the Inquisition's influence has spread, and how desperate the Grand Clerics have become. Our opinion will be instrumental in their election of the new Divine.
I thought that might be coming after the Grand Ball.
The Inquisition may not be invited to their vote, but our actions will certainly influence the Grand Clerics. To sit on the Sunburst throne, a candidate should have grace, charm, and a will of solid steel. Cassandra may lack the first two, but unless you can think of someone better, she is the strongest choice.
I already recommended her.
I think Cassandra would be best for the job.
Cassandra is our only hope of restoring order after all this chaos. I knew you would see it as I do. We will have to be very mindful of everything we do and say, for the Conclave certainly is doing the same. If they look to the Inquisition to provide a sign of the Maker's will, we will have to give them the right one.
Yeah, I've already made that recommendation. It's done.
It's been quite the momentous day, hasn't it, my dear? We should probably give some thought to the very likely possibility that Morrigan will use her new power against us.
I don't think it's likely. I think it's a certainty.
We will need to prepare ourselves, if we can.
How would she
Circle
use that
records have
power,
limited
by the
information
way?
on shape-shifting. There are mentions of counterspells that may prevent mages from transforming or from reverting to their true forms. I have my people researching these spells now. If they have ever been documented, I'll find them. The pieces are nearly in place. We'll soon strike against Corypheus directly. You've done well. I will be proud to fight alongside you when the time comes. My dear, did you need me for something?
Nope, we're good. Alright, we've talked to everybody on the lower floors. Let us go upstairs, talk to Liliana, then jump down, talk to Cullen.
The Inquisitor.
I was pondering who might be divine, and it suddenly occurred to me. Is it so ridiculous for the Grand Clerics to support me? Why shouldn't they?
I've already supported Cassandra.
I don't support this. There are better candidates.
I see. Then I should be glad it's not up to you. It's time for change, Inquisitor. The Grand Clerics know that. Justinia wanted the Chantry to grow, but her reforms never took root. She was held back by tradition and was too gentle to force change. I won't make that mistake.
You can't force people to change their minds.
Then how will change ever come? People do not simply happen upon enlightenment. Most must be carried there. Justinia thought the circles needed to change. But why stop there?
I've already supported Cassandra, Liliana. Didn't you see the operation?
If we could bring them into the fold, wouldn't we have peace? There are those who would cling to the old ways, of course, but they will see. I would make them see. But I've rambled on too long. I am not divine, yet.
I thought you accepted your place as like a left hand, like the assassin
I didn't get the chance to say so earlier.
character.
But welcome back to Skyhold. After that terrible journey through the Fade, it must feel good to stand on solid ground again, no?
I'm thankful to be back. No one should enter the Fade physically.
We did this like 20 hours ago.
Shall I count you fortunate or unfortunate?
I'll leave you to your work.
We're still probably not going to talk to Cole, because I really don't care about Cole. I'm sorry. Cullen! Cullen! Yes, show me those scenic vistas.
I wanted to thank you. When you came to see me, if there's anything... This sounded much better in my head.
Well, I'm glad I could help.
I'm just glad you're all right.
I am. I've never told anyone what truly happened to me at Ferelden's Circle. I was... not myself after that. I was angry. For years, that anger blinded me. I'm not proud of the man that made me. Now I can put some distance between myself and everything that happened. It's a start.
You're a better person than you give yourself credit for.
I appreciate the thought, but I know who I am. Anyway, I meant to thank you, not trouble you further. You've enough to worry about. How are you holding up?
I'll feel better when we take down Corypheus.
As will I. He will not elude us forever.
Where did we travel? Why did we travel all the way over here to have our conversation? Alright, let's return to Cullen, see if he has anything else to say.
Though all before me is shadow, yet shall the Maker be my guide. I shall not be left to wander the drifting roads of the beyond. For there is no darkness in the Maker's light, and nothing that he has wrought shall be lost.
A prayer for you?
For those we have lost, and those I am afraid to lose.
I'm glad you haven't lost your faith.
I've questioned it at times, but I found comfort in faith when life offered little. Corypheus will retaliate. It's only a matter of time. We must draw strength wherever we can.
Unless he gets bored and surrenders. Any chance of that?
I doubt it.
Though I am flesh, your light is ever present. And those I've called, they remember, and they shall endure. I shall sing with them the chant, and all will know we are yours, and none will stand before us. Okay, we're still not ready to go to the, talk to Morrigan. The way that these cutscenes play out, it's like the game wants to create the illusion of a dynamic Skyhold, but it still wants to make it easy to find where everybody is by keeping them in static locations. But then you finish a conversation with somebody, and now you're at the other end of Skyhold, and you're like, oh, and now I have to go back to them.
Not like having that mirror, Illuvian, in Skyhold. Corypheus may not be able to travel through it, but what if something else can?
What if it's something good?
Morrigan claims that if I close my eyes and wish hard enough, a fleet of griffins will appear under my command.
See? That's probably not true. But it would be fun.
Well, yes, but that wasn't my point. I'll stop worrying about it. So long as someone's watching it, even if that someone is Morrigan.
Alright, that's all.
That's all for now.
I'm sure you have other matters to attend.
Alright, so now we've got a group of people on one side of the yard, a group of people on the other side of the yard. I think it's just Blackwell on this side.
Maker and Lady, Corypheus is taking the lot of them apart.
So let us go talk to Blackwell.
The war in Olay has claimed too many lives. I pray that it's over for good.
He has nothing new to say, so we will leave him.
Now. Perhaps in a bit.
Good talk, good talk. Let us move over then to Sarah, Iron Bull, Cassandra, and nobody else.
Victory in the Arbor Wilds. The Archdemon might have been a real threat to our army, but it flew off once we turned the tide. It is still out there, however. I wonder what Corypheus plans now.
We'll deal with whatever he throws at us.
Do not underestimate Corypheus. He is powerful, and you have yet to fight him one-on-one. But he will come. You will get your chance.
You don't seem concerned about that.
I am terrified, yet I have faith in you. Not long ago, this was impossible to imagine. You, a valued friend, victory close at hand. The time has come to consider what will come next.
You'll be the next Divine, I assume.
That has not happened yet.
But it may.
If the Maker wills it, then yes, I will answer his call. Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt and the wicked, and do not falter. You have come far, my friend. It has been an honor.
Everybody seems to really enjoy dramatically standing on the ramparts. Alright, let's fast travel back to the group again. Because the conversation had to transport us elsewhere.
I trust all is well.
Yep.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
Alright, let's go talk to Iron Bull. I'm not talking to you, ma'am. We don't need to just kill people because you don't like their songs.
So to kill Corypheus, all we have to do is kill his dragon first?
Yes!
That's easy. We're good at killing shit. Just one more big fight to put this Magister asshole down for good.
2, technically.
I knew you'd get us.
1 for the dragon, the other for Corypheus.
It's been an honor, Bull.
Oh, don't get like that. This isn't goodbye. We're kicking this guy's ass.
And then Sarah.
Skittish for days. What's up your crawl?
Sarah.
Oh, hi you. Strange days, right? Weird elves and Morrigan going wading. Better her than you. Glad to be back where things make sense after the demon-worshipping lies of Mythal. When do we go after What's-His-Lumps?
You seem pretty certain. You don't believe anything from Mythal.
Course not. What, I should believe all that stuff? Because elves? I mean, it was impressive and all. Makes the Dalish look like tits for living in the woods, but so what? There can't be a bunch of gods and the Maker. Don't matter how much or little you believe, those don't fit. So call me stupid, but I believe the stuff not made up by dead people who failed. Mythal is a ruin full of demons. I mean, it just makes sense, right?
There's so much history there. What if some of it is true?
No, now you're stupid. You can't think that because you're stupid.
But everything we saw.
We saw a lot of weird stuff.
Abelas looked weird. If that's all it takes, Cariffi's shitheel is full of lumpy truth. I get it. You're an elf. Be all elfy. But this? You're the frigging herald of Andraste. Every time you open your mouth, you'll sound like an idiot.
It wouldn't be the first time.
The Inquisition is probably used to me sounding like an idiot.
Not for me to say, yeah. Just saying. Anyway, believe what you want. So long as we kill Cariffi fish. Whatever.
That is the most sensible act. It is amazing how active Sarah is in, like, walling off the supernatural and the strange in a universe that is filled with supernatural and strange.
Can't wait, what's on?
Carry on.
I'll be back if I need you.
Go on.
Alright, let's go to the main hall. And go to the operations, the war table, because Cullen has succeeded in bringing Samson back. But yeah, like, we have seen far too much for Sarah to just be like, nope, it's all fiction, I don't believe it. La 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 la, I cannot hear you. Inquisitor Levelon, we have secured Samson in the holding pens, your worship. He has not said much. We'll bring out the villain for judgment at your pleasure. Gaylor Blythe. But it's kind of like, I was watching the first episode of X-Files, again, recently. Because I've never actually seen all the episodes of that show, and I figure I might as well start from the beginning. And, like, the first episode does a little bit of an odd thing, and I feel like it does not necessarily work out as much for its favor. It shows you this weird thing happening. It shows you this kind of, like, strange man emerging from a light in the forest. Approaching the murder victim. And I feel like that moment is kind of like, all right, so how can we believe Scully's skepticism when we have seen strangeness? Or a better example would probably be the original movie Predator. Predator shows you a spaceship crashing onto Earth first. And then everybody's, like, the crew is like, something's hunting us. Something out there in the woods. It's not human. It's like, we know. We saw the alien ship crash. And because we saw it, our expectations are therefore adjusted to match the strangeness that we saw. We can't just, oh, aliens don't exist. They don't fit into my worldview. Like, the Fade doesn't exist. It does not fit into Sarah's worldview. Sarah was in the Fade, and still she actively fights against believing in the things that she experienced, because it is not as grounded with the rest of her experiences. Alright, let's kill Samson. I mean, like, what other choice is there?
Forgive me, Inquisitor. For personal interest, I have relieved Josephine, as you might expect. Knight Templar Samson, general to Corypheus, traitor to the Order. The blood on his hands cannot be measured. His head is too valuable to take. Kirkwall or Lay, many would see him suffer. I can't say I'm not one of them.
A serious matter. Too valuable to kill. Really?
The headman's axe isn't enough? That's an impressive amount of ill will.
The Red Lyrium will steal your vengeance. You know what it does. Corypheus only delayed my corruption.
Are you still loyal to that thing? He poisoned the Order, used them to kill thousands.
Templars have always been used. How many were left to rot like I was, after the Chantry burned away their minds? Piss on it. I followed him, so Templars could at least die at their best. Same lie as the Chantry. The Prophet just isn't as pretty.
I found your people. They believed in you, believed your cause was righteous.
Not your business, Inquisitor.
Your friend Maddox was so loyal, he killed himself. For you.
They were always going to die. I saw what Corypheus was doing. So yes, I fed them hope instead of despair. I made them believe their pain had purpose. Just like the Chantry does. Right, Commander? It ended as well as anything else I've done. Corypheus would kill me on sight. I'll tell your people what they want. Everything I cared about is destroyed.
Let's see. Kirkwall, exile him into the wilderness. Dagna will study your powers, shove them into a hole. Cullen.
Very well. Samson, you will spend your remaining years serving the Inquisition. Cullen will be your handler. Perhaps he can get something useful out of you.
I doubt the Commander believes there's anything worthy left in me.
You're not wrong, but you served something greater than yourself once. Perhaps you can be made to remember that.
Also, notice how none of the options were chopping off his head. At the very least, nobody disapproved. Alright, so now we've talked to everybody, we've done the things. Let us go talk to Morrigan in the garden. And see what she recommends. Oh, we got some blood lotus. So we can make more bees. More jars of bees. Actually, I need to like, I haven't upgraded any of my potions. Because, like, it is just such a pain in the ass. Like, finding materials and collecting enough materials to upgrade anything. What is this other quest? What needs to be done at the war room? Alright.
Inquisitor, thank the Maker you're here. Morrigan chased after her son into the Illuvian. She was terrified.
She was chasing Kieran.
She said he activated the mirror somehow, and then she ran into it. I've never seen Morrigan like that. You must go after her. I will find help, Inquisitor.
Okay. Maybe Kieran discovered some knowledge about himself.
This is the Fade. How did the Illuvian lead here? Can it go anywhere?
Was that really Liliana? That guided me in there. I mean, I suppose I can gather stuff, but is the gathering of stuff really that important at this point in the game?
Go
Kirin do this? How could he do this? We stand in the Fade. To direct the Illuvian here would require immense power. If he is lost to me now after all I have sacrificed...
We'll find him, Morrigan. He can't be far.
The Fade is infinite. He could literally be anywhere. Whatever happens to him now, 'tis my doing. I set him on this path.
The animation there was a bit wonky, but I'll accept it.
Look, Inquisitor. Just a little longer.
That's what I said I would do. But we already know... Do we already know? We kind of sort of know. That Kirin has the soul of an old god, of an archdemon in him. He has that immense power. But how has that immense power has effectively affected his mentality? Like, does the soul speak to him in such a way similar to how the well speaks to Morrigan?
There he is!
Who's with him?
That's...
Ah, that is Flemeth.
Mother!
Mother.
Mother.
Now, isn't this a surprise?
So this is all some kind of family reunion.
Kind of?
Mother, daughter, grandson. It rather warms the heart, does it not?
Kirin is not your grandson. Let him go.
As if I were holding the boy hostage. She's always been ungrateful, you see.
Ungrateful? I know how you plan to extend your life, wicked crone. You will not have me, and you will not have my son.
That's quite enough. You'll endanger the boy.
What have you done to me?
I have done nothing. You drank from the well of your own volition.
You are Mythal.
That is why I felt it was more plot relevant for Morrigan to drink. Well.
You are. It's very nice to finally meet you.
You see, girl, those are manners, as you require a demonstration.
I require
If you're going to be
nothing from
polite, it
you
might
but
as
your
well be
death.
to a god.
You tried that once already, and see how far it got you.
I'm sorry, Mother. I heard her calling to me. She said now was the time.
I do not understand.
Once I was but a woman, crying out in the lonely darkness for justice. And she came to me, a wisp of an ancient being, and she granted me all I wanted and more. I have carried Mythal through the ages ever since.
So she is not
Seeking
necessarily
the justice
Mythal, but
denied
she is the avatar of Mythal.
Then you carry Mythal inside you.
She is a part of me, no more separate than your heart from your chest. You hear the voices of the well, girl. What do they say?
They say you speak the truth.
But what was Mythal? A legend given name and called a god? Or something more? Truth is not the end, but a beginning. So young and vibrant, you do the people proud and have come far. As for me, I have had many names, but you may call me Flemeth.
I know the name Flemeth. My people call you Ashabelanar, the woman of many years, and speak of your legend. It says long ago you left your husband for a lover. Your husband then tricked you, killed your lover, and imprisoned you. Then a spirit came to offer you vengeance. Mythal. That's what you spoke of.
One day someone will summarize the terrible events of your life so quickly.
Yeah, that's what
But
Wikipedia
yes,
is for.
I was that woman. That is how my tale began.
Flemeth appears in other legends, helping heroes for reasons of her own.
I nudge history when it's required. Other times, a shove is needed.
If Mythal is a part of you, why haven't you helped us? We've called to you, prayed to you.
What was could not be changed.
What about now? You know so much.
You know not what you ask, child.
Why did Mythal come to you?
For a reckoning that will shake the very heavens.
Now is the time for a reckoning.
Do you even know what she truly is?
You seek to preserve the powers that were, but to what end? It is because I taught you, girl. Because things happened that were never meant to happen. She was betrayed as I was betrayed, as the world was betrayed. Mythal clawed and crawled her way through the ages to me, and I will see her avenged. Alas, so long as the music plays, we dance.
I presume you know what we're up against.
Better than you could possibly imagine.
So will you help us?
Once I have what I came for.
No, I will not allow it.
He carries a piece of what once was, snatched from the jaws of darkness. You know this.
He is not your pawn, Mother. I will not let you use him.
Have you not used him? Was that not your purpose? The reason you agreed to his creation?
That was then. Now he is my son. Flemeth extends her life by possessing the bodies of her daughters, Inquisitor. That was the fate she intended for me. I thwarted her, and now she intends to have Kieran instead.
Whatever else you think he is, Kieran is still a child.
And so much better behaved than his mother was at his age.
Kieran,
As you wish. Hear my proposal, dear girl. Let me take the lad, and you are free of me forever. I will never interfere with or harm you again. Or keep the lad with you, and you will never be safe from me. I will have my due.
I will take my chances.
I found you once, girl. What makes you think I will not find you again?
Take over my body now, if you must. Just let Kieran go. He will be better off without me. Just as I was better off without you.
No more dreams?
No more dreams.
Has she taken the piece from
A soul is not forced upon the unwilling, Morrigan. You were never in danger from me. Listen to the voices. They will teach you. As I
like, has she taken the piece of the archdemon back? Also, that was an amazing scene. It almost makes the 60 hours or so of open world roaming around worth it. Almost. But yeah, if the Inquisitor had drink from the well, if neither of them did, it wouldn't have like the same kind of confrontation.
Are you all right, Kieran? You are not hurt?
I feel lonely.
Because essentially the part... Yeah, so he did have the archdemon aspect removed from him. And now he feels like an emptier person because of it.
The old god soul all along. Is it worth reminding myself that perhaps I do not know everything after all? My mother has the soul of an elven goddess, or whatever Mythal truly was, and her plans are unknown to me.
You truly had no idea what she was?
I knew she kept the truth from me. I even suspected she was not truly human, but this... I always thought the so-called elven gods were little more than glorified rulers, but now... I have doubt. And doubt is...
Because that soul had to emerge from something.
Inquisitor. Just be thankful you did not drink from the well. I am evidently tied to my mother for eternity.
So Kieran had the soul of an old god?
Taken from the archdemon at the final battle of the Fifth Blight. Yes, he has never known anything else. I'm uncertain what effect this will have on him.
But why did you...
I told you at the temple, the magic of old must be preserved, no matter how feared. Kieran had a destiny, and now it is in Flemeth's hands. I suppose we shall see what she does with it.
For what it's worth, I think you did the right thing.
Did I? She was testing me, and I cannot tell whether I passed. Now we must prepare to face Corypheus himself. It seems Mother was right. The voices of the well tell me I will be able to match his dragon. All that remains is for you to find him.
All right. Shall we at the very least get this started, or shall we stop here for the night? I think I'm going to stop here for the night, and next time we will bring on the end game. Well, the end of the main campaign game. Because there's still Trespasser after that. For now, though, got any suggestions for someone to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.